All right, so Matt and everybody just got here with the BOMBI. I've been waiting all day long for the BOMBI to show up, and it's finally here, and we can't wait to get it unloaded to see all the work that we've got to do to it. All right, so now that we've got BOMBI inside, we've got to get this thing taken apart, but I want to talk to you guys a little bit about this weekend. I want to remind you that Avalon King is having their amazing Black Friday sale this weekend. You can get 3 Avalon King Armor Shield 9s for the price of 1. That's 3 kits for $99 when normally they are $75 a piece. Avalon King is also heavily discounting their Armor Shield Light Spray and save 30 to 50% off on their entire website while supplies last. If you buy 3 kits for $99, Avalon King is going to be throwing in some awesome gifts. As you guys have seen in many of my videos, I use Avalon King Armor Shield 9 on pretty much every single thing I own. We love this stuff. It has amazing properties, it fills in imperfections, it gives you that super awesome glossy look to it without having to spend $1,000 on a professional kit. Don't just take my word for it, go read the reviews. We've had lots of happy customers that have come from this channel and viewers just like you. Where Avalon King really stands out is the time required to get the results. The other brand would require 4 to 5 coats and much longer to achieve the same results. Do not wait, click the link in the description right now, head to Avalon King's website, and make sure you stock up while supplies last.
Hello guys, good morning. It's a new day, new week. Robby's out of town doing not sure what he's doing, to be honest with you, but he told me that I have to go get his blue Jeep Cherokee, get a fuel pump put in it, because Matt, I guess, needs to borrow it or do something with it. I'm not sure what's going on. I was just told that I need to go get it and get a fuel pump in it and get it running, so when Matt gets here sometime this week, it's ready for him to take it. So now I'm back to the old lot, getting the Jeep, so I can take it back to the shop and get it running, because Matt, like I said, has to come and get it. I don't know what he needs it for. I don't know if he's borrowing it or what, but it's my job to get it running. And here's the Jeep. It's not very pretty, but it's pretty straight. So I'll get the bed dropped, get it loaded on the truck, and then head back to the shop and stop at the auto parts store on the way to get a fuel pump. Okay, got it all loaded. Now time to head back and get it fixed. I'm not sure what it needs for sure. Robby told me just to stop and get a fuel pump because the customer, or the person that Robby bought it from, not a customer, said that he thinks it may need a fuel pump. I think that's what Robby said, that he thinks the guy said is it needs a fuel pump to run. So as soon as I get back, before I pull the tank and put the new fuel pump in it, if Napa has it, I'm going to hook a jumper box up to it and see if it starts, see if I can hear a fuel pump. If not, then I'll go from there and figure out what's going on. Okay, the Jeep's unloaded. I'm gonna open the hood and get the battery box hooked up and hope and pray that that's all it needs is to be jumped. Because if not, then I have to tear the back apart to see if there's an access panel for the fuel pump, or if I have to drop the full tank. I first gotta get this hood popped. It's fighting me, so it's gonna be a minute. Okay, I got the hood popped, battery's hooked up. Let's see what it does. Oh, tried to start. She runs good. I don't think it needed a fuel pump. Oh, maybe. May need a fuel pump. We're about to see if it starts again, because that was weird. Now it just starts for a second and then shuts off. Starts for a second and shuts off. So I don't think it's a fuel pump issue. I think it's something else. I'll have to figure it out. So I can still hear the fuel pump kick on every time I turn the key on. So I don't think it's a fuel pump unless it's getting weak and not building pressure like it's supposed to. It says it has a little bit above a quarter of a tank. That might be wrong. So luckily we got 5 gallons of gas from, I think, when we went to go get King Fred, or on one of the recoveries, we took it with us to be safe. Didn't use it, so I'm gonna put the 5 gallons into the Jeep and see if it was just out of gas. But before I do that, or before we add the gas, I'm gonna open up the back hatch and lift the carpet up and see if there's an access panel or if I have to drop the whole tank. I'm hoping I don't have to drop the whole tank, but if I do, I do. Got the back hatch open. Now I just need to find a prop rod because the shocks are shot, or just go get a pair of vice grip. Okay, I got a vice grip open. Now I want to remove the kick panel right here on the back. Moment of truth to see if it has an access panel, and it does not. So now I can put that panel back on and go get the tools to drop this tank, because I'm just going to replace the fuel pump anyways, just so we can cancel that out of being the problem. There's a couple things I got to drop. the receiver right there. Skid plate. Then I can get to the tank and pull the straps for the tank, and I'll get a jack to slowly let the tank down so I can unhook the electrical and the filler hose. We'll get it done. Maybe I might have to get a bigger gun for this. We'll see. Yep, I'll have to get the bigger gun. So I went and got the 1/2-inch gun. Let's see if that will do it. I hope it does. Oh man, I broke it. Dang it. So that's one thing we'll have to fix. Receiver is out. Skid plate is out. Now I'll go get the jack, get underneath the fuel tank, and lower it down. Holy cow, those are some long bolts. So I'll go get a ratcheting wrench. I think it's a 14. Loosen those up and be right back to show you guys. Oh hey, I don't even have to take it all the way out. That's cool. Just gotta loosen the strap up and it pops out. Got an electrical plug here. Gotta pop that. A fuel line to pop right there. And that one, just a rubber hose that comes off. Got the plug undone, now working on the fuel line. And it smells very, very old. Now I just gotta do the return, lower it down a little bit and get the filler neck. I'm definitely glad that I'm dropping this tank, because if you guys could smell how bad this gas is varnished, it doesn't even smell like varnish. So it's bad gas. So that way I can get it, the tank drop, drain that stuff out, put the new pump in, and then put fresh in. So right now I'm just working on the filler tubes and the vent tube. Got the hose clamps loose finally on the filler neck. Now, popping them off. Got them. So it looks like that the fuel pressure regulator is built onto the tank, or onto the sending unit. Well, not built on, but it's held on top of it. So I just gotta get the clamp unbuckled off. Let's just go like this. Pop it out. Okay, got the nut off. Now I can pull the sending unit out. It sucked the sock into the pump, and so now it's not working like it's supposed to. So it was a bad pump, or not bad, but bad at the same time. Could pop it apart, clean the sock all out of there, put a new sock filter on there, put it in, it'd work just fine. But why do that when I have a brand new sending unit and don't have to worry about none of that? So we got to finish getting the rest of this gas out, which is not much, and then whoa, that's not gonna work. They sent me the wrong one. It has 3 input nipples, or output. One's return, one's a fill, and I think the other one's a vent. Then it has 2 plugs, and the old one had none of that. So I ran the old one wrong back to Napa, exchanged it for another one that looks more correct. Has the one outflow, 1 plug, same style plug. So I think I should be safe to put this in place, get it tightened up, put the tank on the jack and put it back underneath there and lift it up, hook up the filler and return hose. They didn't have one of those, I looked, so we're just gonna do it without for now and get this all put back together, put fresh gas in it, and cross our fingers that it starts. New pump is installed. Now, time to put it on the jack and lift it up in place. Okay, now adding gas. Got the tank all hooked up, fuel line hooked up, return or vent hooked up, filler hooked up, electrical hooked up. So now I'm putting 5 gallons in it. Then we'll turn the battery jump box on and see if it starts. And if it does and runs like it's supposed to, then I'm heading to lunch. Well, either way, I'm gonna head to lunch. So here goes the moment of truth. Turn the jump box on. Bam. Keep our fingers crossed. It's running. It does run like dog doo-doo, so I think it needs a good tune-up. So I'll text Robby and see if he wants me to do a tune-up on it and see if he wants me to get a new battery for it. But on a plus note, it runs and drives. All I got left to do on the back now is the receiver and skid plate. I'm not going to show you guys that because I showed you guys taking it off. Same process, just reversed. Okay, I got the skid plate in and the receiver in over the fuel tank. Now it's time for me to do the tune-up, and it needs it, so I'm doing it. Battery is pretty shot, which that's gonna be easy to remove. Move that. Those look like they have to be loosened up a little bit. I got the terminals loose, and the battery I got to replace it is Optima Red Top. Best of the best. Robby runs them in all his derby cars, and that's all he prefers to run is those. So I'll leave the battery out. Now I want to do a tune-up, which consists of spark plugs, wires, cap, and rotor. Okay, I got the wires labeled to that. Now let's pull the cap off, pull those out, and just so I don't have to fight the plug or the wires, putting the rotor back in. I'm gonna get the new cap out, trace each wire, and mark it on the cap so that way I can just get the cap put on, and then plug away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and be done. That's what it looks like. Now time to work on the plugs. Got the cap in, the new rotor in. Now I'm working on the spark plugs. Get them all loose. Finish getting these all loosened and pulled out, and then I'll start installing the new ones. Okay, got all the new plugs in. Time to start doing the wires. Okay, I got the wires ran, all tidied up, and organized. Time to set the battery in place. Okay, I'll get those terminals tightened up with my handy dandy crescent wrench. Here goes the moment of truth, if that all helped or not. Minus the exhaust leak, it's purring like a kitten. So, I'm gonna close the hood and go for a ride and see how it does on driving. So far it all feels good. Hopefully it's good enough for what Matt needs it for. It definitely has the Jeep wandering, or I should say the Chrysler's wandering, hurting snakes down the road to stay straight. Has a lot of power for having 268,000 miles. It's not blowing any blues, so it's not burning no oil. I think this is a good Jeep so far. I wonder what Robby's plans is with it. I'm gonna say that's a safe thing to say that it's a win. Just had to change the fuel pump, do a light tune-up on it, but it's running good now. Has a bad exhaust leak, but we can fix that. But as long as it's running good, it drives good, that's good. Okay, it's a new day. Cleaning out, moving some vehicles out of the alleyway so we can get Robby's truck out of the shop. And Robby jumps in the Jeep. He jumps in it, just tries starting it to move it, and all it does is click. We've stuck a jump box on it, thinking that maybe there's a possibility that the battery's dead. And I didn't think it was dead because it was making too loud of a click noise to be dead, but we stuck a jumper box on it anyways, tried it, same result. So we went to Napa, got a new starter because we think the starter might be bad. So I'm hoping that replacing the starter will fix the issue. So I'll get the tools and start pulling the old starter and put the new starter in. Okay, so before I start pulling the starter, the first thing I gotta do is unhook the battery, so because there's a main hot that goes to the starter and we don't want it arcing out. And right there fits the starter. I'm gonna grab the new starter and check to see how many bolts holds it in, because some have 2, some have 3, and makes it easier on finding where the bolts are exactly at and not trying to guess. This one only has 2, one right there and one down there, right there. And then right there is where the positive wire and the ignition wire goes onto it. And there be the starter. Very nasty. So I'll hurry and get the other one in and then bring you guys back and show you. Starter's in, wires are hooked up. Now, just gotta hook the battery up. Now, keep our fingers crossed that that fixed the problem and it starts and runs like it's supposed to. No go. What the heck? Huh? Put the jump box on and check that again. If that's not the problem, then we have some big problems that I gotta figure out. Okay, I got the jump box hooked up. Now let's see what it does. Start. It runs like it's supposed to, so that's a win.
All right, so Matt and everybody just got here with the BOMBI. I've been waiting all day long for the BOMBI to show up, and it's finally here, and we can't wait to get it unloaded to see all the work that we've got to do to it. So we're gonna do one more snow shimmy. It's how you turn in the snow.
So this is all, I don't know if you've seen how this goes, but this
That's the shroud.
yeah, this is all stacked together.
Yeah.
You get bolted on with these. So these just need to be black. They're probably just painting these the same on both sides, just
Yeah.
yellow.
This one's yellow.
Yep. So this is black. These are just supports under the floor.
Oh, these are the ones that you just put in, and they just kind of ride there, right?
Yeah.
So we're just going through, making sure that everything is marked, labeled. We'll figure out what's getting painted, what's getting powder coated.
These are the tensioners.
Do you care if they're yellow?
I don't care if they're
I
yellow.
think they'd look cooler. I mean, there's a lot of black.
Or they
in
could
there.
be red to match those front sprockets, but they'd just be a little splash in the back. Let's go crazy.
Cool.
And then I like this way this is painted. I like the black grill and the
Black on yellow.
And there's some broken welds. Like, kind of look them over once you get them sandblasted.
Kind of fix it up.
It doesn't need to be, you know how it needs to be. That's what I like about dropping stuff off at Robby's. You just drop it off and forget about it. Then I get a phone call.
And then it gets done.
No, I don't even get a phone call. It just gets delivered.
Yeah. That's how it should be.
So you don't need to worry about any of those.
What about cracks?
I want you to check it and look at it.
Okay,
There is definitely a hole right there.
Yep. And I know you want everything seam sealed.
I don't care of how show quality is. Just make it be able to go to work for 20 more years without problems. This roof hatch, I was going to leave it to you to just do. I don't care if it's on there.
So do you want to build in?
So I might just weld it shut.
You don't like being able to, when it gets overheated in the cab,
We just
let
open
the mirror in?
both doors. Oh,
Okay.
A lot of people think that riding in this is cold and terrible, and it's not. It's hot. It's like, get me out of here hot.
That's how ours is. So hot.
I need a hole drilled in that. We never drilled the drain hole in that.
Real hole.
So yeah, so these will come back like by themselves, and these will just be black. Just weld it in. Just make it really nice. Really, really nice. And you'll know once you get this sandblasted, you'll be able to see. Like, yep, after it's sandblasted, that piece might be missing.
Yeah.
You know, when this handle goes in, it's going to go in with pop rivets, and you may want to do that. This door is not removable. It's piano hinge welded in place. In fact, we cut this slice, welded the hinge on, and then cut the rest of the door out.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, that's why it
Oh,
fits.
yeah, I remember that. So you wouldn't care if we pulled this hatch off and just put flat plate,
No.
right?
No. Well, the purpose of the roof hatch is if you fall through a lake, you have a way out.
I ain't fitting through that.
That's what I'd say.
So
Peanut would survive.
Yeah, Peanut would live, especially with that little bar.
So we'll just have a rule. If we go out on a lake, we just go with both doors open.
Perfect.
Locked open.
Yeah. As you can see, the Jeep has started. We're gonna get this loaded up, and Matt is gonna duplicate the banana with my Cherokee. I'm super excited for this. I'm not sure what to call it. I don't know if we can do it the banana 2.0 or what. So I'll have to figure something out.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, super nice, huh? Oh yeah, she's a runner. That's what.
Yep. We're going to hook it up now.
It showed up. We gotta get all of the parts and pieces loaded onto this and get it, and then I'll go grab King Fred and we can just pick it up and be just like a single axle trailer and move it to where we need out of the way, because these guys need to get cars in and out of this shop. Okay, go!
Oh,
Counterbalance.
Uh-oh, we gotta go a little more.
oh my God.
Almost there! Okay, let's go back in the shop and see what's next.
One thing about Fred is since all its unreliability, we finally got him to be reliable. Started right up. Still have no clue why my fuel gauge doesn't work, so that's something Hillbilly's gonna have to figure out. But right now, the task at hand is to take King Fred, hook it to BOMBI, and get BOMBI inside. Oh wow, that's another issue with this
Beautiful.
truck. Get it? Off, on, off. Out. Ah! So we're gonna have to figure that out another time. Nice. That looks good. Look at that. The perfect angle. All right, now that we are back from lunch and you didn't even know we went to lunch, we're gonna get everything out of BOMBI and get it all set around so we can figure out what's gotta go to Kevin and what doesn't. But the focus today is to get this thing torn apart and get the chassis ready to go, which means we gotta take hubs and wheels off and everything else. So anyway, and when we go to get, I'm gonna go get Fred because we're gonna use Fred to take the top off. There's also a bunch of other stuff out there in the parking lot. So I'll bring that in, we'll separate it out. There's actually some bumpers that they need powder coated, and then some other pieces. So we might have to call Matt and ask him what color they gotta be. There's just a lot of stuff. These are a lot of pieces. Matt and the crew did an awesome job fabricating BOMBI. The floor is black. Actually, the floor is lava. See, we're on the same page. Little Eeyore over there, he was thinking the same thing as me because he has weird thoughts. When you say something's hot, you think of lava. Hillbilly Steve, we need to get these doors out. And then the nice thing that Matt did for us is this top is only held on by 2 bolts. So I wonder.
What's this?
That's, we've got to do.
Sound deadening.
Yeah, sound deadening, but we're going to use a hack. We're going to get.
Expanded foam? Egg cartons.
No, what would we use expanding foam? To remove this, you freeze it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you use nitrogen.
Wait, you didn't tell us the hack was taking it off.
Yeah, you
Well, I know, he just shouted out before I was done. I was like, we're gonna use a hack, and he's like, expandable
for sound deadening.
Like, what? No, I was going to say before I was rudely interrupted, we're gonna use a hack, and we're gonna remove the sound deadening, but I've seen a hack on TikTok and a couple other places where they freeze it, and it cracks. But instead, we're gonna expandable. Good idea. Bing! Well, yeah, Colton doesn't know what this is. Nope.
What is it?
Let me show you. How's it work? Huh? Oh, it's not. Oh, look, I'm so full of electricity. Watch this. That's a good idea. Shut off. Come on.
Kids, do not
wet.
put light bulbs in your mouth.
Yeah, do not put light bulbs in your mouth. This is a trick. This is a trick bulb.
Since we're going to be replacing the glass, can we see headbutt it?
Absolutely not. We need it for templates. Absolutely not.
After?
Yeah, after you can put your face through it all you want, but not today. And sign a waiver.
So there's no workman's comp?
No.
Where's this?
What?
It's a door?
This is a door opening.
Door jam.
Oh, what's
Yes.
this? Why, oh,
That is a race fuel only hatch. Whoa, don't touch it. Whoa, too heavy. All right, we're definitely, since that is so heavy, we're definitely gonna need a tow truck to lift it. So we need to lift this cab off of the frame or the tub. And so Hillbilly was gonna get some chains and bolt it into the 4 tops. But I'm thinking if I just pull this window, it might be easier, and then we can just use a strap and we'll go through the doors and through the back window. I'm just gonna peel it out, get the locking all undone. And we're replacing all this, so I mean, I don't have to be nice, but just as easy to do this as it would to cut it.
oh.
Ta-da!
Beautiful.
Was never pulled when they painted it.
Got it hooked. Now, getting off the thing because I don't want it teetering with me on.
Oh.
Okay, high enough. I'll roll this out of the way.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. That was literally as if it was meant to do that.
Now lower your boot a little bit. Check out the door.
Oh, good?
Yeah. Park
You see what we just did? We're gonna do it. This is called Hillbilly Ingenuity.
No, it's not. It's called Robby Layton Nation Ingenuity.
Right, lifting 101. So we're putting it on our heavy duty cart that we fixed a semi truck. Like right when we started, we fixed All Reliable and we built this cart to haul the side packs. But it's the only thing strong enough to hold a BOMBI chassis. We got it up, we got it where we need it, gonna get Fred out of here and we're gonna come back in and finish getting this taken apart.
We'll start by pulling the wheels off, because we need to disassemble these wheel hubs.
So we're taking these, this would be the rear driver's side hub off. We're gonna get it all off, clean the grease off, so this thing is ready to go. Slide right off. And the bearings are inside there. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off now. So if I just wiggle it real hard. And then I gotta wipe this spindle off because it's dirty. We don't want grease everywhere. That's the attitude we need. I got a brand new pair of snap-on pliers that I watched a TikTok and the guy picked up a nickel with it. Yes.
Are those the ones you're supposed to be able to hang from?
A nickel?
Supposedly, yeah, he picked up a nickel.
What does that mean?
I'll show you. It's the coolest thing I've ever
You know, the
seen.
little nipple, the little ring around the nickel?
Yeah.
There's a little lip.
These are a pair of pliers I had no clue I even needed until I got them. So on these hub assemblies, they're pretty simple. You got two bearings, you got two races, you've got a keyed washer that only goes in one way, and you've got an axle nut that holds it on. So this is a castle nut.
I like how you're wiping all your stuff off and they didn't wipe anything off.
So I have this thing called I don't like grease. I don't like oil. I don't like touching it. And so I just won't touch it. So one thing that's gonna happen is when Kevin powder coats this, he's gonna protect all this and the grease is gonna burn out of it. And that's just what's gonna happen. It's what has to happen. I'm gonna get this finished up. We'll get some more grease out of it. When we go to put this back together, we're gonna put this back on and re-grease it.
Okay, so we're here to get the tow truck. We have to store it at the other lot because we have so many vehicles at the shop that there's no room to park this where we normally park it. And if one person comes and gets it, the vehicle has to be left here. And the tow truck is staying at the shop tonight because it's going up north tomorrow. So we're loading everything up on it tonight. So Steve just brought me here, dropped me off to jump in the tow truck. So that way he doesn't have to walk across town to get his pickup truck.
Or somebody doesn't have to bring me clear down here to get it.
Walk. So I'll jump in the tow truck and we'll head back to the shop. Get the bed dropped, get everything loaded up onto it. Okay, so Robby wants me to find all the black pieces, or all the pieces are going black, and kind of clean up the edges because there's a couple like sharp edges and a couple burrs and stuff. So we're just going to clean it up so it looks nice. Time to get rid of all these burrs.
So they finally let me use the power tools. Cleaning all the edges up. We don't want any little sharp burrs when they go powder coating this. Slide your hand across it. Got my safety glasses on. Hillbilly don't listen. All right, so we're getting everything all ground up, but one of my buddies from Canada just showed up. Mr. Bruce Cook. You guys may remember him.
I'm here.
Yeah. He also has a YouTube channel.
I do.
Check it out, it's right here.
Busy season's coming, just like you guys. Lots of snow recoveries, and I got myself a Whiskers also.
I was gonna say, he's got Whiskers' grandpa with a blade.
Yeah, still needs to be named, dude. That's important.
Hey, Whiskers is taken, and so is BOMBI. Okay, so he came down to check out the snowcat. He's on his way back from the Baja 1000. So he just ran the last 213 miles.
210.
So 210 miles, the very end of the Baja 1000, which is freaking cool. So, yeah.
I don't know why anyone does that race. It's so stupid.
Yeah. Well, I guess to be able to say you did it. I've never done it.
Did it. Probably won't do it again, but
Did it?
it's awesome.
Did it, liked it, won't ever do it again. So we're gonna try to put all of the black stuff in here. We're gonna try to contain everything, so we just have to unhaul. We just gotta unload it, give it to Kevin, get it all done, pick it back up. Oh, also these.
Those were red, weren't they?
So these are gonna go red. They're gonna accent the rollers, but everything else will be black. Look at all that compound all over my tools. Super cute. How'd that happen? Does anybody know?
I don't.
Wasn't here.
There is compound on every inch of this shop. Look,
This is my first time.
everywhere.
Enlighten me on this.
I'm not sure. It
Journey.
looks like little white specks everywhere. So it looks like the only thing we have left is to take this grill apart, and then we're gonna leave the main panel because that's gonna go yellow, right? And then this insert will be black?
Yes.
Yes. So insert's gonna be black, outsert is gonna be yellow. So this one we wanna make sure that nothing gets damaged, so we'll put it in that pack. Anyway, we'll get this all taken apart and start getting it all loaded on the tow truck. We are not sending anything up that's yellow. The only thing we're sending up is the black stuff. This is pretty sure that Flog cut this out. Looks super cool.
Honeycomb.
Yeah, it's way nice. I think they lasered this. That is too nice for plasma. It's got perfect little holes. It's like it was meant to be.
Perfect fit.
Fits perfect. Tap it, and then Hillbilly is the only one that'll be able to carry this because it's gonna be heavy.
And it has wheels.
Oh yeah, cool. So we've got this to the point where all we got to do is wheel it out.
Nope. Got to drill a drain hole.
So all we got to do is drill a drain hole, and then we wheel it out. I almost forgot.
Yeah.
So Hillbilly,
Is that even 3/8?
3/8's gonna be a good size to drill that hole.
I say half.
Every time I hear this, the word 3/8. Yeah. Ew. I think we should have put a pan down.
So I drilled where I thought was gonna be the center and the best point for drainage, but we still got a little bit of a puddle right here. So rather than drilling another hole, what I'm gonna do is Colton's gonna grab me a bar and I'm gonna try to concave this down in to where it has a little path to the hole. We're gonna tunnel the water. All right.
You're gonna have to drill them.
Yeah, we're just gonna stop. We're not gonna drill another hole, but we're gonna stop. Like a ½ an inch. Oh, really? Was that you? Oh, definitely don't rub your fingers on any of these welds. You will regret your life choices. Steer it.
I gotta steer.
Oh, hold on, time out, time out, time out. Let's make this easy. Go back in. We'll have Bruce pull us. Go ahead and get the slack out of this.
Alright.
You want to just pull it forward a little? Little more. Little more. Little more. Okay, easy.
You're in the danger zone.
Oh my God, it's actually pulling it. Oh my God. All right, let's get that. All right, take it easy. Slow down. All right, good. Hit the brakes. And that is how you load BOMBI on the back of a tow truck with a big, humongous yankum rope and Bruce Cook towing and recovery.
Bam.
I want 4 straps around the axle going back and around that front axle going forward. Make sure you click that link in the description below. Get stocked up on Avalon King this Black Friday weekend. And as always, we appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, go check out this one. The best outro ever.